Sharkie Game here. So today we'll take a look at the Grand Racing Wheel Street Smartz for PlayStation 2. So basically what this is a specialized racing / gamepad controller for Grand Theft Auto games. That's right, it's a specialized controller built for the GTA games. It was released around the same time as San Andreas, and there were certain websites actually selling it bundled with San Andreas. But anyway, let's have a look at the box first, and then we'll have a look at the controller. So on the front of the box, it says Grand Racing Street Smartz. It's got a bit of a sneak peek of the wheel / gamepad itself. It's got a bit of artwork here. It sort of is a reminiscence of the GTA series. As you can see, they've done it in the same style. Even the font of the Grand Racing Wheel is done in the same way as GTA is done. That says for PS2. Down the bottom here it says features, grips, analog D-pad, hand paddles, gas and brake pedals, 8 wheel mounted action buttons, lap or table mounted design, works great with all PS2 racing games. So it says it's there, works with every game, because it does, but it is more designed for GTA. They just probably didn't have the lasting thing to say that. On the side it says 2 controllers in one, give you one-of-a-kind versatility and advantages. And the same sort of thing on the other side, and the same sort of thing on the other side. And on the top here, notice it says PST Street Smartz wheel designed for Grand Theft Auto and other games. So they do mention Grand Theft Auto just there. That's like one set of the whole box. Anyway, so let's go ahead and open this and get a closer look at this controller. Bear with me while I just pull everything out for a moment. There's quite a bit I need to pull out here. It's all in plastic. Okay, so this is everything you get with it. You also get this like little instruction manual. Now this is made by Datel, or Datel, or however you can pronounce that company's name. And it's just a bit of an instruction manual this about how you set up the wheel, how you put controls on it, the lap design, everything like that. Let's move that the way for a moment. I'll move these out the way for a moment, just so I start off. Alright, so you've got 2 parts. You've got your standard racing pedals. Okay, so you've got your accelerator and brake, and then quite nice responsive pedals. So quite easy to put your feet on and race. So that's the one part of it, just like a normal racing wheel would have. Now they plug into this main part, and this plugs into your console. It's got a not. Like for a wheel, I wouldn't say it's got a hugely long cable. I mean, it probably would be recommended to have an extension for this one, but it would be enough if you were closer to the console and TV. Okay, so this part is the wheel. So it's a smelly kind of small kind of wheel. It's not huge. As you can see, this is the plug where you put your pedals into. Top of it. The main part of this, of course, is your front of your wheel, and this is where all the action happens. So, I mean, when you think of GTA, you think, okay, half of it is like a third-person shooter where you're wandering the streets, you're walking around, you're shooting, you're doing missions, and the other half is part racing game where you're in a car, you're driving around a lot. So the idea of this wheel is that you use this part here, which is like a gamepad. It's got these grips. It's got 2 analog sticks. Alright, you've even got shoulder buttons behind here, which I don't know if I can actually capture on camera. There's actually buttons here on both sides. So just like a normal gamepad. So you're holding them. Those are your shoulder buttons. You've got those. You've got a D-pad here. Got your normal PlayStation buttons. You've got a macro. You've got mode, select, start. So this part here is like a gamepad, just like you'd normally be playing with. Alright, and the idea of it, okay, you're walking around with GTA, you're playing, you're shooting, everything normal like this. You steal a car, now you're in a car, now you got to drive. So, you have your pedals by your feet, you swap from the gamepad to your handy wheel, you can accelerate and brake using the pedals, and then you can steer using the wheel. And you've also got little paddles behind here, so you can use them for different functions. And of course, you steer your car. Suddenly your car blows up, you will need to go back on the thing. Fine, just swap back to the gamepad again. So then it's quite easy. Steal another car, swap back again. So you can see why it's such a good design controller, is that it's sort of mainly aimed at those type of games where you're sort of getting in and out of a vehicle. You use this for the vehicle part, and you use this for the third-person shooter part. So it's perfect for GTA basically. I've played it with some of the PS2 GTA games, and I think this is an awesome controller, and it's definitely a specially designed one for GTA. Even though the makers say it's for other games as well. I mean, you can clearly see they sort of, when they made this, I think, okay, let's aim it at GTA players, because it's definitely in the way they've designed it is just perfect for that game. Now, there's 2 different ways you can actually mount this. In the bottom here, you've got suction cups, as you can see. So you can mount this on a surface, like on a table. It's actually got an edge here. I don't know if you can see that. It's got an edge. You can edge that over the table, so it locks on more perfectly. So it's much more easier to play. But you can also mount this on your lap, because it comes with these 2 wings. They go into the side of the wheel, and then these basically sit on your knees, and the wheel's like that in the middle. So they actually help it sit on your knees and help you actually play, because obviously that way you can just play on the lap, sitting on the couch, mount this on your lap, and still play, and of course have your feet on the pedals part as well. So overall it makes it really easy to play on the couch. So you do have that option if you prefer that way, but if you do prefer mounting on a surface, which I know a lot of racing fans do, and my type of play style is I mount this on a surface as well. But you have either choice of either way. And honestly, if you're a good GTA fan, then you need one of these things for PlayStation 2. I mean, it is awesome. I really like it. I think it's really genius design, the way they've done it, and it's really comfortable to use. You wouldn't think a gamepad attached to a wheel would be, and a half wheel, but it's so easy to use the gamepad and then swap onto the wheel and use it. And the wheel feels pretty nice as well. It's not really crappy or cheap, or just like some wheels really feel really dodgy. This one feels really nice. It's got a nice kind of feel to it as well. And it's really easy to swap back and forth between both of them. If you're driving something, you lose a car, you go on foot, steal another car, and I mean, it's really up to you. You can even pretty much steer your car like this if you really wanted to. So if you were in the middle of a mission, critical, you wanted to do it, you're moving around, you know you're not going to be in the car for long, you could steer the car, jump in the car, whatever, and then you can drive. So you can easily drive like that as well. The wheel will move well. Of course, you don't have as much turn. It's much easier to turn all the way like that. So much more shallower turns if you're doing it through this way. But it's still possible to use that. And of course the pedals work very well for accelerate and brake. So you've got that option there as well. So overall, it is the perfect controller for GTA. Really awesome. You don't see them up too often. When they do come up, they're usually pretty cheap. So I mean, if you keep an eye out, you will find one. I mean, when they come up, I don't think not many people know what it is. And I think that's the biggest thing about these ones, is that it is a GTA Pacific wheel, but because the box really doesn't advertise that, not many people that are selling them get that it's actually a GTA special wheel. If they did, they probably would have sold more. But yeah, awesome wheel, excellent for all the GTA games on the PlayStation 2, and I would highly recommend this to any kind of GTA fan. But of course, it also depends if you actually want to use a wheel. If you don't like using a wheel, then you're not going to like using this thing. It's, it's a matter of personal choice. If you play a racing game and you prefer a gamepad over a wheel, then you're not going to like this, because obviously you're using a wheel during the racing sections. This is basically emulates like a normal racing wheel with a gamepad attached to it. But hey, if you want to actually play GTA with a wheel, and you're tired of swapping maybe between a gamepad and a wheel because you so desperately want to play with a wheel, then this is the answer, because it's a gamepad and a wheel in one. But anyway, awesome controller. I would highly recommend it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Sharkie Gamer. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll have heaps more videos up very shortly. Thanks again for watching, guys.